Hi, everybody. 6 o'clock on a Thursday. The numbers for PDX, by the way, 52. That was early this afternoon for the high. The low this morning was 46. That's 8 degrees above normal mean temperature. And this mildness that's continued through the first 14 days of December, becoming a growing story. Now, we're going to be dry and partly cloudy overnight tonight, meaning the temperatures are going to fall below 46 before midnight. So I'm not sure what the actual mean deviation is going to be. But through midnight last night, the first 13 days of the month, we were averaging just over 7 full degrees Fahrenheit above December mean. That is off the charts warm for this time of the year. And that pattern of at least being normal to above is likely to continue through this weekend and through a good chunk of next week. So let me get you going. This is just going to be about the weather pattern coming up. The last couple of videos, I focused a little bit on El Nino and the impacts on the Mount Hood snowpack in particular, and what the above normal temperature patterns have been, what Christmas snowpack potentially is projected to be across the entire nation. You can find that in my past videos, but tonight I'm just going to deal with the 7-day forecast, basically. So here's the radar at 6 o'clock tonight on the left, and you can see, yeah, there's still a dab of moisture out there. You know, when you have weak systems, that front that came in this morning was very weak. It produced only just more than a trace of rain out at the airport, 0.01 hundredths of an inch of moisture for Portland. We did pick up a quarter of an inch up in Astoria. We did pick up about a tenth of an inch up in Kelso Longview, but most of us were traced a little bit more than that. And sometimes when these weak systems come in, they simply fall apart. Again, there's nothing that moves the moisture out. So the moisture that was brought in, the low-level moisture in the atmosphere, just kind of lingers. And that's what we've seen today. Didn't open up many sun breaks. We still have some showers lingering, not many, but there's one right around Portland at 6 o'clock tonight. Let me scroll down here and just look at some of the imagery. Look at this one with the, this is from the University of Washington, and you can see there's a warm front right there where you see my cursor is on the right side of the screen. So tomorrow into Saturday, while there will still be east winds coming out of the gorge, the overall flow pattern is going to come up from the south. And, you know, especially Saturday has the potential to open up mostly sunny skies. If that's the case, we could very easily be 56, 57 degrees. That's really mild stuff. Completely dry Friday, Saturday. I've taken that rain chance out of Sunday's forecast as well. Here's another way to look at it. On the left-hand side over here is the 500 millibar map. And is it going to play? Let me see if it's going to update. Well, you know what? That's not updating, so we won't worry about that for now. But if you look over on the right side, you can see there is a low developing down here, but all weather systems are going to stay away from us. The next weather maker, if you go back to the left, see right here where my cursor is, that's a developing low that's going to come into the Northern California coast. That will continue giving us or reinforcing a south flow over the weekend into Sunday. I've taken the rain chance out Sunday, but we're going to see some clouds spin up from the south. And then with this low, there's actually going to be a surface feature that pushes inland on Monday and Tuesday. So I still think Monday and Tuesday of next week, while not big rainstorms, while not strong storms at all, I think will be decent amounts of rain. I'll show you that in a moment. Snow levels are going to continue to be above Cascade Passes. Real quick, the National Weather Service, see the gray area? This is from Oregon City southward down through Eugene and Cottage Grove in the valley, an air stagnation advisory. So that means, you know, we've got high pressure building. There's really, when you get away from the gorge, there's really no wind. So clearly Oregon City down to Cottage Grove, you're away from the gorge and there's no wind. And there is the concern the air quality numbers will start to deteriorate. Now, here are the numbers as of 6 o'clock this evening on this Thursday from DEQ of Oregon. Again, the green dots are good. That's Portland. The yellow dots are moderate, and that's over Salem and then all the way down into Eugene, where that air stagnation advisory has been posted. There's actually an unhealthy report for folks that tend to suffer from respiratory ailments down around the Klamath Falls area. But that's the latest air quality reports for this evening. Okay, a lot of YouTube channels, and I'm sure a lot of you that watch me, thank you, also have a couple of your favorites that you watch. And I saw one headline on one of the YouTube channels that was talking about strong Pacific jet stream. And I was like, I don't remember seeing that. So let's take a look. This is the American GFS model. So this is up around 30,000 feet in the atmosphere. And everything that's coated in blue are little jet streaks. This is the way the jet stream looks. I mean, you can get long jet streams. Here's one off the coast. You see the United States map? There's Florida right there. So this is off of the East Coast. That's a long jet stream. Look at that. Wow, really moving up. But often there are these little streaks. Here's a streak offshore. And if you look at this, is a pretty good jet streak. See those brighter colors? That's 130 plus knots of wind. So that's going to produce some turbulence if your jet was flying into that. This is this afternoon at 4 p.m. So if you keep an eye on this while I play this into Friday, let me just notice how I'm playing it here we are Friday afternoon. See how that jet stream streak kind of fell apart? It actually arced up around us, and see the ridging contouring. So again, that's the ridging producing the dry weather Friday, Saturday, into Sunday. And at the surface, we're going to get a south wind fetch. Here's that developing low I just talked about that's going to nestle up to the California coast, reinforce that south wind flow, reinforce the mild temperature pattern over the weekend. But let's go ahead and play this into Saturday. I'm toggling it one by one, so forgive me. Here's that low. This is not a strong jet stream. The darker blue areas are what, 90 to 100 mile per hour knots, but this is just a little jet streak around a low. There's nothing overly powerful about this at all. In fact, up on Mount Hood today, often when we have strong jet stream streaks coming right overhead, which we did not have today, you can get strong winds on Mount Hood. The winds on Mount Hood today were light, for example. All right, let's go ahead and play it. There's that low. We're dry. See, there's still ridging. This is good at getting into Sunday morning. Here's the ridging. Here's the energy offshore around that low. Again, I've taken the rain chance out of Sunday. I do believe now we're getting into Sunday night. Now, that low weakens. Here's the trough. See the contours trough down? It's really great to look at the upper level patterns. You get the best idea what's happening, what's driving your weather pattern. Here's a little jet streak, not a strong jet stream, a little jet streak of a 90, 100 mile per hour knot winds. This is feeding into California, not up into our area, at least not going into Monday morning. But now look how we get a little bit of jet energy. This enforces the southerly flow. Here's that frontal boundary offshore from California. Now we're getting thickening cloud cover and a decent chance of rain by first thing Monday. But that's a weakening jet streak. It just falls apart. But we're definitely seeing some moisture on Monday. And then as we go into Tuesday, you don't really see it well here, but I think it's likely we're going to get, well, here's a redeveloping low in the same spot. That's going to keep feeding us some rain at times Tuesday. Again, not big storm systems, no big jet cores, but each day, I think Monday and Tuesday, over that 2-day period, at least a half of an inch of rain, I would say, and maybe a little bit more. So anyway, there's nothing really big or active going on out in the Pacific. In fact, we have some dry weather coming until we get to that Monday, Tuesday rain chance. And here's that Monday, Tuesday rain chance. This is the same model I just showed you, the global forecast system, which is an American model that over the last decade has been the most widely used by American forecasters for the 7-day forecast numbers we show you, et cetera, et cetera. That 7-day numbers we show you recently have been replaced by the national blended model, which has really done a good job. That one interpolates between various models. There's not just one. Okay. So this is Monday early morning. Notice the rain starting to come up from the south. Monday morning, you've got light rain falling in the area. Let me go ahead and play this into Monday. This is Monday, 4 p.m. How much do we get? Again, not a big rainstorm, but widespread rain. And I think this is a good chance of picking up at least these numbers on Monday. Maybe we get more. This shows around a quarter of an inch at the coast, shows 1500s up in Kelso, about the same in Portland, about the same down in Salem. Yeah, so that's not a lot. Let me go ahead and just play this into Tuesday morning. Now we're nearing a half of an inch or more along the coast, nearing 4/10 of an inch of rain into Portland and Salem and up into the Kelso Longview area. So again, not big rainstorms, but overall pretty rainy days starting Monday morning into the day on Tuesday. And I think, at least for the Valley, we are definitely going to be looking over a half of an inch. At least that's the way it looks right now. Okay. I showed you the jet stream pattern. Here's the 500. This is the main upper level flow pattern at 500 millibars, which is 18,000 feet. So we're not looking for little streaks of energy like we were on the jet stream map. We're just looking for the overall contour flow. So again, this is tomorrow afternoon, the overall contour flow. Look at the ridging coming up over us. And if you draw the ridge axis, follow my mouse, it's right in the middle. It's almost like you're putting a tent pole in the middle of this ridge. So that's absolutely dry weather for us. Here's that developing low. It shows up more nicely on this 500 millibar map at 18,000 feet than really did on the jet stream maps. Here's Saturday. See my tent pole right here. Here's the ridging. So we're on the right side of this axis. The moisture's coming in off the Pacific. If you're on the right side of this axis, you're absolutely dry. This is a high, what's that, 576? This is a 570 contour. I'm telling you, if we have a lot of sunshine on Saturday, we could easily see some numbers in the upper 50s here in the Metro Valley. And then Sunday, see how the low gets closer? Now it's starting to throw some clouds our way. The modeling seems pretty insistent that we stay dry on Sunday, but we will be looking at increasing cloud cover. Notice my tent pole. Here's the axis that's now moved over into eastern Oregon. So we're definitely on the left side of the axis. We're on the side where clouds are welcome to come in, and we're starting to open that swing door to get some rain, which I think will be coming in first thing Monday morning. Here's that low nearing. This is rain coming in. There's the secondary reinforcing low up to the north that's going to come in. Remember, we've talked about these dark contour lines being the kind of the cold divider. This is the 540 contour. I use myself as a forecaster, the 546 contour for kind of the polar jet or the main dividing line between cold and not so cold this time of the year, or cold and warm, I guess I meant to say. But this is Tuesday. Keep an eye on that blue line, which is actually the 540 contour line. See how by the time we get into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, there's still a low spinning around California. That's kind of an El Nino signature pattern, right? More active for them than us. But look how the cold air retreats back all the way into Canada. So like I said to start, there's no signs of any cold weather patterns setting up through much, if not the entirety, of next week. And whether we get rain on Christmas Day or not, which of course is a week from this upcoming Monday, the models have really been kind of all over that. So they've been looking dry one day, they've been looking wet the next day. So I still think we're going to be dry. It looks to me like going into that first part of Friday, Saturday, Christmas weekend. But are we going to be dry on Christmas Eve and on Monday and on Tuesday? I think it's too early to tell. Again, the models have not been consistent. Hillcrest, talked to a buddy of mine who took his son there to get some stuff over the weekend, talked about what a nice store it is. Thank you, Hillcrest Ski and Sports in Gresham, for sponsoring my Mount Hood forecast. Look at these numbers. Meadows is opening up tomorrow. Now, I think I have this written down. This is my ski forecast page on my weather site, portlandweather.com. Look at the base. They're opening up tomorrow, only 17 inches on the ground. Timberline's been open. They've had a couple lifts open, only 24 inches on the ground. Ski Bowl just has 2 miserable bases. But, the resorts want to open, right? They want to open and offer some service, but it's not great. With temperatures in the 40s, that's going to be soft conditions all the way to the first part of the week. There's rain for the most part on Monday up at the resorts, with an 8,000 dropping to 6,500 foot snow level. And then that's rain Tuesday at Government Camp with a snow level of 5,000 feet, but either wet snow or a wet mix at Mount Hood Meadows, and then should be snow, maybe 4 inches at Timberline. Cascade Pass has obviously continued to be in good shape. 38 degrees right now. All is quiet. All is pretty much dry up at Government Camp on Highway 26. And here's my latest 7-day forecast. So partly sunny tomorrow, pretty mild. I think there's at least a chance there'll be some scattered freezing temperatures in the Willamette Valley overnight tonight, assuming the clouds show partial clearing and break up somewhat in the calm wind areas away from the gorge. Still east winds tomorrow at about 25 coming out of the gorge. Otherwise, winds will be light. Saturday, mostly sunny. I have both days 54. But again, Saturday, I just think has the day to be crazy in the temperature department. That's the day I think could be warmer. 35 in Portland. You get into calm wind areas, absolutely there will be freezing spots in the valley and up into southwest Washington Saturday morning. The gorge will likely still, Troutdale, East County, have enough wind to keep most areas above freezing out there. Sunday, dry, 35 to 52. Clouds increase, could be freezing temps again in the morning. And then again, not big rainstorms, but rain at times likely on Monday, Tuesday. We talked about that. And then an early shower on Wednesday, otherwise becoming dry. And then I've got it's dry on Thursday. So crazy, mild December weather. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. Thanks for listening. Subscribe to my channel if you have not. That helps me out. And for now, I'll wish you a good night and I'll talk to you soon.